While film is largely a collaborative process that can often be more of a business than a creative expression, auteur theory proposes that the film's director is the film's true author. Sometimes we're fortunate enough to get films that are a singular creative vision, with the director even fulfilling multiple roles on the picture. Orson Welles is the most famous example. On this channel, examples I've discussed are Russ Meyer, Michael Finlay, Lee Frost, and Anna Biller, all multi-talented filmmakers with a unique style and vision. Jim Von Beber is another example, coming soon in case you need something to look forward to. And then there's John DeHart, the mastermind of today's picture. I'm Al Malingwa, and today I'm talking about one of low-budget film's best vanity projects, a wild action movie produced, written, co-directed, and starring a middle-aged man with a bad back, multiple songs in his heart, and a dream to be an action star. I'm talking Champagne and Bullets, also known as Road to Revenge and Get Even. On the surface, it's got all the elements of a cop action movie that would have been made for the VHS and late-night cable market. You got the wrongly disgraced cop hero, coked-up bad guys, satanic cults, gratuitous nudity, and long, drawn-out sex scenes, which unfortunately feature not only a shirtless DeHart who looks like he's falling asleep, but are also accompanied by him singing on the soundtrack.
I'll be with you when you want me. I'll be with you when you need me.
Anyway, John DeHart is Detective Rick Bodie, who along with his eccentric partner Huck, is kicked off the force after being wrongly accused of drug smuggling by corrupt cop Normad. Making a living as a limo driver, Rick reunites with his estranged girlfriend Cindy, who may have gotten herself in a bit of a pickle.
I didn't know what to do. I felt lost. I started hanging out with a different crowd. Strangers who I thought were my friends. Everybody started doing drugs, and I did some myself. Listen, about the other night, those guys in the bar, I did know them. They're members of a cult, of devil worshippers. The crowd I got into, they started getting involved in a coven. I just kind of fell into it.
See, this is why you shouldn't be a joiner.
You can't sit with us!
After being a reluctant witness to a ritual infanticide, Cindy is in the crosshairs of the coven, led by none other than Normad! As I said, Champagne and Bullets is a vanity project for DeHart, a law school graduate and aspiring actor who, frustrated at the lack of roles, wrote and financed the picture as a starring vehicle for himself.
It's me again. You're the kind of puke that makes the world decay.
DeHart, who said he had been acting and singing since he was in Catholic school, describes himself as one of the world's greatest actors.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take up arms against a sea of trouble by opposing in them, to die, to sleep, no more. And by a sleep to say we end the heartache and 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to, 'tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. And thus, conscience does make cowards of us all. And thus, the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er by the pale cast of thought. And enterprises of great pitch and moment with this regard, their currents turn awry and lose the name of action.
Bravo!
Thank you very much.
If you're wondering about his range, you just saw it. DeHart also fancies himself as a musician, so in addition to gratuitous sex and nudity, we also get gratuitous line dancing.
Well, they're sleek and they're sliding all across the floor, grooving to the tune, stomping for some more. That's when my eyes catch you and my heart begins to sing. Oh, pretty baby, man, can you swing? A beat starts moving as they push me from my chair. A finger started snapping, wanna run through your hair. I got to get to you, but I get pushed aside, 'cause everybody's doing the shimmy and the slide. Oh, you're on fire when I grab you by the hand. Your waist is moving with the rhythm of the band. My eyes swell up as you take me for a ride. Come on, pretty baby, let's do the shimmy slide.
Bet you don't think I'm sadistic enough to make you sit through the whole song, do ya?
Oh, let's do it again. Oh, you're on fire when I grab you by the hand. Your waist is moving to the rhythm of the band. My eyes swell up as you take me for a ride. Come on, pretty baby, let's do the shimmy slide.
I hope you like the shimmy slide, because you're going to hear it at least 5 or 6 times. Twice accompanying 2 different stripteases. In addition to DeHart's flat deer in headlights delivery, the filmmaking style is the pretty rudimentary nail the camera down and let the action play out. But Champagne and Bullets is far from dull. On the contrary, it's a lot of fun.
Hey, here's a quarter. Buy yourself a personality.
Oh, let's go.
I love low-budget films like this because despite their flaws, they have a unique energy and creative fire lacking in a lot of studio films.
Another drug-contaminated devil worshiper from Hollywood?
They're also endearing, full of oddball touches, and seem to take place in some absurd alternate reality that I wouldn't mind living in. DeHart said the movie was meant to be surrealistic. Well, he's succeeded. Whatever you think of DeHart's filmmaking or acting, the guy put his neck out on the line and made a personal movie that he wanted to make. And God bless him for that. Some of the inspiration for Champagne and Bullets came from a conversation DeHart had with a woman he knew who was in tears because she had gotten involved in drugs and joined a satanic coven filled with high-ranking society members in Riverside County, California.
Oh, they're way ahead out there, you know, in California.
She was terrified because she had witnessed a ceremony where they sacrificed a baby, and she was sure because of her lack of participation, she would be next. DeHart said a few days later, the woman was killed in a motorcycle accident. I think DeHart is trying to aim pretty high with his script. He claims he intentionally included hard-hitting topics like police corruption, religion, and as he puts it, domestic violence before OJ. There is some interesting subtext about different religious philosophies between the Satanists, Cindy's repressive father, the more spiritual nun, and the New Age philosophy of Huck. I also thought it was interesting where, in most action films of the era, the star has their obligatory love interest or girl of the moment, but Champagne and Bullets is more of a true love story, which makes it kind of touching. I have one question though. What's Wings Hauser doing in this movie? And I don't just mean, why is he in this movie? I mean, what is Wings Hauser doing in this movie?
Noble noises of Huckism, man. You know, I mean, it's built on this new religion I've developed about Huckleberry Finn.
This may have been around the time when Wings was dating Linda Blair, so that explains a lot.
Daddy, I didn't buy this. I made it.
DeHart said he cast Wings Hauser after seeing his outstanding performance in Vice Squad. I just did an exclusive video about Vice Squad and Wings, and join me on Patreon and check it out.
All I want to do is give you the kind of love you want.
Wings was always an underrated actor in my opinion. I think he ended up in that too weird to be a Hollywood leading man category, so then he ended up playing more B-movie leading men and villains. Because unlike those Hollywood boneheads, B-movie people actually have taste. In an interview with People magazine, Wings said, "I've killed more people on late night cable than anyone else." DeHart said Wings Hauser improvised a lot of his character's dialogue, and he's great at playing the drunken oddball best friend. And seeing him next to DeHart really makes me appreciate Wings' talent for action scenes. I'm gonna complain about one thing. You have a great loose cannon best friend character, and what do? You totally waste him in the climactic fight sequence. I mean, what sense does that make? We want to see Wings get nutso on the Satanists. And speaking of the Satanists, great performance by veteran character actor William Smith as Normad. You can tell he's really having a lot of fun in this movie. What became of John DeHart, you ask? After being ripped off by distributors, he's now a practicing attorney in California. So for any of you Californians watching, if you get into legal trouble, give John DeHart a call.
Lawyers play with people, and I'm a person.
Join me next time for another cult action film that walks a fine line. It's not a good movie, it's not a bad movie. It's a film that's got something for everybody and has to be seen to be believed. I'm talking 1982's Raw Force. But until then, stay sick.